everybody? Welcome to episode 25 of the Patchman Hockey Show. We're the Patchmen. I'm Jimmy, and
I'm Johnny, and tonight we are doing the San Jose Sharks 10th anniversary patch.
Yeah, 10th anniversary patch that they wore during the 2000-2001 season. And if you're new to the channel, new to the podcast, wherever you're watching or listening to us right now, talk about NHL patches and the history behind the patch. And every patch has a story, and we'll uncover every story right here on the show. So let's get into it. So first of all, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Yeah,
17.
It didn't really start off to a great day. Rutgers lost in double overtime to Notre Dame on St. Patrick's Day at like
my God,
at like 12:40. It was terrible. You know, we made the tournament as a playing team and just couldn't close the deal.
Oh shit! I thought they were playing this weekend. I didn't think they were playing tonight.
Well, they played last night, and it bled into today, but tough. So
damn.
Been watching a lot of basketball. So
Been a
few upsets going on in the tournament, but that was soul crushing.
Damn, dude. Shit, that sucks. Huh.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But anyway, like you said, St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day. We're both wearing green.
Yeah. Got
the memo.
I got the green in the back over here in the Patchman Hockey Studios.
I'm at a satellite location here. Oh, too funny.
So what are you drinking? That's the question.
Oh, yeah, let's get into that because it is St. Patrick's Day, so let's kick it off. So I am drinking a new beer that I really, really love. It's by this might actually bleed into the background.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Oh, because it's
just like pull it closer to you. Yeah, there you go. Right
there. Wow.
Yo, Jimmy, you're fading away.
I'm fading away as long as I got my beer. So anyway, it's called Direct Deposit Oatmeal Stout by Mansker Brewing. They're in Hackettstown, New Jersey, one of my favorites. And they just brewed this this year. They came out with this, I think, in January, February. And I fucking love it. I told them straight up to the guy, Joe, who runs it. I said, or one of the bartenders there, probably both, because I was so giddy because I loved it. But I said, this really reminds me of the Founder's Breakfast Stout. So that's one of my all-time favorite stouts. You've had that before.
Yeah, that was like one of the first craft beers we've ever had.
Yeah.
I felt like, that breakfast stout, paying $10 for a 6-pack in the store,
actually, you know what? It's a 4-pack, and this was a 4-pack as well. So, but it's a pint of beer, not 12 ounce. So I'm gonna crack this open.
Yeah, those oatmeal stouts are really good.
Oh, there we go. Also, green for St. Patrick's Day as well. I had another beer on tap I was gonna do, but I'm gonna save that. So yeah, shout out to Mansker Brewing. Oh, so good.
Nice.
And I don't have any bad dad jokes about their location. So,
oh, it's funny.
Unlike last week. So, what do you got going on over there? What beer are you sipping on? About to crack open.
So I'm about to crack open Delirium Tremens. I don't know if you ever had it before. It's a Belgian beer. It's a Belgian triple. I've always seen it and I've been curious about it. And someone mentioned to me at work like a few weeks ago, we were talking about beers, and like I like the Merry Monks by Weyerbacher.
Yeah, great beer.
And they're like, well, if you like that, like try Delirium Tremens Belgian Ale. And I was in the liquor store and they sold the single. So I was like, why not?
Wow. That's right. What liquor store is that again? That does that? The singles?
Joe Canals.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, the Joe Canals in Woodbridge, New Jersey. They let you buy, and just to clarify what Jimmy's saying, they let you break 6-packs open, so you can buy single beers of craft beers. Pretty cool.
We got to convince our man who is a head honcho at the Bottle King to do that.
But
That would
no,
be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Just to
Especially
help try
Bottle Kings
beers.
Yeah, because you don't want to get stuck with a dud. Mostly it's 4-packs, but
Right.
and you're either giving them away or you're like, all right, like I got to drink something tonight, and it's gonna be that red ale in the back of the fridge that I bought the 6-pack of that I do not like.
Right.
So this is
Did
pretty
you try?
good. It's 9%. So.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Yeah, but all those beers are, all like the Trappist, like monk beers, and I'm pretty sure they have active yeast in them. Like they keep like fermenting, like in the can or bottle, like as they get older. So like the flavor changes. So I'm into it.
Interesting. Very good. I want to ask you, meaning I wanted to text you this during the week. Did you actually try this direct deposit? I know I gave it to you. What'd you think of it? Did you like it?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, pretty decent. 6% on my end over here. All right, so cool. So
yeah, and I think that's when we started talking about like the difference between a stout and a porter.
Yeah,
because I hadn't had a stout in a while. I'd just been drinking porters, and they're just different,
Yeah, we're at the end of the season here now with that, especially because it's going to be like 70 degrees tomorrow or something like that. So this is the last can of a stout beer I have, and then I got a lager on deck for next week. So I'm gonna say because it is hockey related. So actually, I think you know what it is, but I'm not gonna say it. I'll save it. Yeah. All right, cool. So we're recording on St. Patty's Day, as we said. So there's a lot going on in the NHL, and usually we don't really talk about current events just because of the scheduling of the show, and current news will be old news by the time you hear it, right? So, but because this episode is going to be released on Sunday, 4 days from now, it's just worth noting because it's hockey history. Alexander Ovechkin scored his 767th goal the other night against the New York Islanders, and that puts him in sole place of third all-time scoring, the most goals in NHL history, passing Jaromir Jagr, which is incredible. And the cool thing was that was at home at the Capital One Arena in DC. So that was cool for all the fans that were there to see that. And so, John, the next up is Gordie Howe with 801 goals, and then Gretzky at 894.
Think he could do it?
Do you think he could do it?
I think he's going to still keep playing, so I think he's got a shot.
Yeah, I think not only is he going to break Gretzky's record, he's going to break 900 goals.
Yeah, that's a big milestone.
How do you get that close and then not want to hit 900?
Do you think he'll do it? Do you think he's going anywhere anytime soon?
No, he
do you think he's? I know he resigned, but because I'm just bringing up because the trade deadline's coming up, a lot of moves happening in the NHL, possibly.
Yeah.
So, just an interesting thought.
At 36 years old or 37, I mean, I think teams would probably trade somebody like that at the deadline, but it's Alexander Ovechkin, so he's just.
Oh no, I don't mean for this. I don't mean for this deadline, but I just meant in general.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah, no, not this year. Not this year.
So anyway, the other note that I had regarding that was so this season alone, he already passed. That was his 37th goal of the season, and so he already passed Brett Hull and Marcel Dion earlier this season. So he's just walking up the charts. The He's got 2 more people to go, so it's unbelievable. And I don't think we'll ever see this again in our lifetime, just because of.
No way.
I mean, we barely saw Gretzky play, but he scored a lot of those goals in the 80s and early 90s. So, yeah, it's just awesome. I hope he just shatters the record. And then one last note, because it's worth noting. Shout out to Claude Giroux of the Philadelphia Flyers, longtime player. He's playing in his that 1,000th game tonight, and they're gonna give him a bunch of, well, not a bunch of, but a custom artwork piece, and the players will wear a Giroux 28 jersey during the warm-ups tonight. And the reason why this is interesting, is because it's not only is it the 1,000th game, is this could be his final Philadelphia Flyers game tonight. So by the time the show drops on Sunday, he could be on another team, and it looks like, John, he could be a Florida Panther.
Yeah,
he could.
That would be a good get for the Panthers.
Yeah,
but, Drew's been with the Flyers forever.
Oh, yeah.
So, but he wants to win a Stanley Cup. So, I don't think Philly is going to be in the playoff picture, in the cup picture, anytime soon.
No.
So, it's a smart move.
Real smart. And originally they said that it was the Colorado Avalanche that were really pursuing Giroux. But now it just looks like the Panthers are putting together a package where now we're at that point now, days before the trade deadline, where teams are benching certain players so they don't get hurt. Meaning, I wish the Devils did that to Pavel Zacha the other night before he got hurt in Vancouver. But anyway, I digress. So it looks like Florida could be the landing spot. South Beach, Claude Giroux. So that's really cool. Congrats to him. So, all right. Do you have any other notes or anything?
No, that's it. Like Fleury, he's on the board to move, but I don't think he's going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere either. I think he's at this point he just wants to stay put. It's a bitch moving your family. It's a bitch to move, period. But
I was gonna say, I hate moving. How many times we helped each other move, and you hired movers last time you moved, and by God, I'm hiring movers next time I move. So
that was the best $1,300 I ever spent, and they got it done in 4 hours. So, all right, let's get into it. So, as we said before, we're talking about the San Jose Sharks, the 10th anniversary patch. Here it is here. Also kind of bleeding into the background a little bit. So there's 2 variations of this. Here we go. Cool.
Yeah, cool patch. So, what do you think?
It really stands out. It's bold. It's aggressive. I love that they incorporated the shark fin into the X, and it's big. This is a big patch, so it really stands out. And they wore it on the right side of the jersey, right shoulder.
Yeah.
So I like it. It goes back to what we were saying when we were doing ranking the 19 patches, the first 19 patches. Simple is good. And whoever came up with this, it's perfect.
I love all the Sharks patches, like all of them. Used the Roman numeral 10.
Yep.
To mark the 10-year anniversary. They got the fin. They got all the colors going on there. The black and the teal. Just a great combination. 10th anniversary. And then they have 91 and 2001. I said this last episode. I said it episode before. Like, exactly what season they're talking about. So, I thought they.
Well, actually, wait. Well, that's not a season. That's a decade.
Oh my God!
Somebody's gonna
right.
point that out.
Wow. Yeah, you're right. Well, anyway, yeah, I think it's cool that they put They put the decade, so you know exactly the dates.
That's a 9% beer right there. That's what that is.
Cool patch.
Well, what year is it, John? It's a range.
It's 2001. All right, so what's 2001 minus 1991? I think that's 10.
It's like Stone Cold. 91, what? 92, what? 93, what? You get the picture. All right, now let's show the away patch.
Yeah.
I like when teams do this. I think it's cool that they just do 2 separate patches just to match the jerseys. Yeah, all right. This is nice. The silver backdrop, really cool. And it's not gray. It's just like a. Well, actually, it is gray.
Well, you got the fin. Like they made it different enough that you can tell the difference between the two,
right,
and it didn't really blend in. So it got like lost in the jersey.
Yeah, and this looks good on the teal on the away jerseys. So I like the variation in the backdrop, and you also have the different color text as well. I think actually anniversary is probably the same color, I think, on both. But really, really cool patch. And compared to their 20th patch, I don't know, did you see their 20th patch? I got their 30th patch on the wall,
I did.
Actually. Yeah, but the Sharks always do it right. I came across when I was doing some research for the show. There's a website, I forget what it's called, fearthefin.com or something like that. And San Jose basically has never had a bad jersey, ever. They have a color that nobody wears.
Yeah.
They always look good.
Check this out.
Oh, the 30th. Yeah. Oh, shit.
But
yeah,
how cool is that? Like all aspects of like what went into the 30th patch, and they like built on all the other patches leading up to it.
Could you zoom in on that? I could barely read that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Tell me about it. Tell us about it.
No, it was just showing like how when they made the 30th anniversary patch, they took like aspects from the inaugural, the 10th, the 20th patch, and threw it all into one.
That's cool. Yeah, definitely send me that. I'll probably post that too on the Instagram because that's really cool. And that actually reminds me of how, speaking of current NHL news and notes, did you see the Islanders' 50th logo for next season? So so I've been commenting on some Instagrams, like the hockey logos one. There's a couple other accounts, and basically that builds off of their 20th anniversary patch, not the 25th one though, which I was kind of surprised about. But the 25th one, they had different colors and everything. So, but it's interesting. That's cool. I love to see like the lineage, like keep building off of it. Don't go completely radical in a new direction. Like just keep like the history going.
So let me show you this. All right, let's see if this one works.
Yeah. Okay, I can see this. Yeah. How cool.
Yeah. So they put they slapped this logo on like everything. So let me see, where is it?
Center ice as well. This was the logo at center ice at the Shark Tank. Oh,
yeah,
wow, look at this.
So like it's on like the program. So for season ticket holders, they got a coin with the logo on it. 10th anniversary, the same thing, just on a coin.
That looks really fucking cool, man.
Right? So like you're a legit season ticket holder. 2001. See, so you know what season it is, right?
There you go, John.
It was all preparing for this moment. So and that's what it looks like on the side of a jersey. How like
I'm glad you showed that. I saw the same exact image of that. That's awesome.
it's just like so sleek. Like they can like snuck a shoulder patch on right there too. Because I'm not sure if these jerseys had like the shark fin on the shoulder. To check on that. Oh, and this one. Oh, I just saved this. I thought it was funny. So like Owen Nolan is the cover athlete for NHL
That's
2001.
right.
So
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, Owen Nolan, because I was like, oh, NHL 2001. I used to play that thing on my computer all the time, and I googled NHL 2001, and this came up. And I know we were talking last week about the center ice logo.
Yes.
And in 2001, Continental Airlines, the Continental Arena, I guess they couldn't get the rights, EA Sports, in New Jersey. I'm pretty sure it's what it looked like at the time too. So
Yeah, that's
just thought
exactly.
that was funny, right?
So I definitely saw this. This the same thing, and there's actually a guy on YouTube, and these were all screenshots that he's been playing NHL 2001, I think, with the Sharks, and I think he just plays a full season and records all the games.
What?
I kid you not, because
I mean,
I
like
was
I got a lot of time on my hands, but I don't have time to do that.
me neither. But that just goes to show you exactly what we were talking about, and how, speaking of the Devils again, why doesn't it say New Jersey on the ice? If you want to put fucking jersey on, just jersey on your New Jersey that you wear in New Jersey,
Yeah, put it on the ice.
so stupid. Put it on the ice. But I love that, man. That coin was really fucking cool. And I'm curious to see if any of you Sharks fans have that are listening. Definitely let us know in the comments and take a picture of it and show us, because that is awesome.
And I got a few more for you too. Let me they literally put this logo on everything. Let me see.
There was also a book and I think a documentary on YouTube for the first 10 seasons. And it's the same concept. That's the logo. Great marketing. I love that.
So they got on a puck here.
iPrint.com, all these old websites.
Schedule. And then those two, but
great finds, dude. That's fun. That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool looking back at that kind of stuff.
Yes, especially too, because that proves our point before about, not only do they put it on the ice, but that's like their marketing campaign. That's their primary logo for that season. And it's cool. It's just like a temporary little logo that they use, and it works, and it's creative. And it's celebratory too. 10 years, San Jose. Now they're over 30 years. And hockey's really worked out in the Bay Area for sure.
So do you want to score it now?
Let's score it at the end. Let's talk about the season.
Okay. Yeah, so let's get into the season a little bit.
All right. So, you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Kick it off, man.
The Sharks this year, they won 40 games for the first time in franchise history, which is a pretty big accomplishment. Set a new franchise record for points with 95, and then clinched a playoff berth for the 4th consecutive season, which is great. We can go into it like they didn't win a cup.
No.
And 98 lost first round, 99 lost first round, 2000 they lost in the semis, 2001 they lost in the first round.
Yeah,
Devils won the cup. For 04 conference finals, 16 cup. They lost cup finals. Then they missed the playoffs 20 and 21. So.
Yeah, I do remember as being like a young hockey fan that the Sharks were always like that team like was like on the rise. Like they were just building every year. They were making the playoffs, but they were out in the first round. But they were getting better players every year. And looking back at this season in particular, Dean Lombardi is still. Oh no, I'm sorry. He is not the GM. That's not true. Dean Lombardi is a GM somewhere, or he was with the Kings. Never mind. I'm mistaken. I'll probably cut that out of the show. But
I think you meant to say Patrick Marleau was with them.
Yeah, there we go. Well, Patrick Marleau was with them, and good segue. He was in his 4th season with the Sharks, and he set career highs in goals, 25, 27 assists for 52 points on the team. And they had a lot of good players around him too. Like Vincent Damphousse and Owen Nolan. And everybody remembers Owen.
Owen Nolan, 2001's NHL 2001 cover athlete.
Right. Yeah. So he was a great power forward. And the Sharks, it seemed like they were always running into, I don't know if it was the Blues every year, but this season they lost to the Blues in the first round. They lost 4-2 to the Blues. But a couple other notable.
Talk about another team that never got anywhere.
Yeah, the Blues were like right there as well. So I wanted to just touch upon how so Owen Nolan got hurt earlier in the season. So he was out. They had to make a couple key trades to get Scott Thornton and Nicholas Sundstrom. And actually, Vinny Damphousse was injured as well. But the cool thing was, out of this season, Evgeni Nabokov would emerge as the team's #1 goalie. Because Steve Shields, do you remember Steve Shields? You probably have a hockey card of Steve Shields.
I probably have a Steve Shields hockey card somewhere.
I know I do. I definitely do. And he was just like an okay goalie. Wasn't anything to write home about. But he actually got hurt as well. And Mika Kipasov, speaking of,
I saw that and I was looking at the playoffs and I'm like, Kipasov got playing time in the playoffs. It was like split between Nabokov and Kipasov. I'm like, right. Okay. Only a few more years until he made his way to Calgary, but
right, yeah. So that's funny how that circles back to the last episode. Not planned, because we just kind of picked the patches like a few days before we record, so we don't really know. But Steve Shields kind of goes off into the sunset, and that's kind of what happens in sports. You get hurt, and then someone's waiting in the wings. Kipasov played a few games during the season, and then Nabokov just stole the show, and the Sharks came out to a 9-2-2 start. And Nabokov would win the Calder Trophy for the NHL's Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year.
So, and there was one key trade to otherwise it was a relatively quiet front in terms of transactions.
Connect this back 5 patches ago.
For which one?
Solani.
That's when did we do that? Yeah, long time ago. 8 patches ago, maybe.
Yeah, really.
So the Sharks would trade struggling star Jeff Friesen to the Mighty Ducks for Teemu Solani, and because they're trying to legitimize the club and to be Stanley Cup contenders. And Solani got hurt, so he only played in a few games, and it just unfortunately didn't work out the way they had hoped.
Yeah, and that sucks too, that it fizzled out, because it seemed like they had everything going their way. But they just couldn't close it out.
Couldn't close it out. Looking at the roster here, even though Owen Nolan was out for 20-something games, he still had 49 points. And Nicholas Sundstrom, 49 points as well. It just seems like they didn't have enough scoring. But looking back on it, it was also a different era in the NHL. You didn't have guys posting 80, 90 points. I don't think too regularly.
Yeah.
Only a select few. I'm trying to think of who else. Jeff Friesen, he was a great player, especially when he came over to the Devils. He was great on the Ducks too. And just looking at the names, yeah, Mika Kiprusoff, and he would be Calgary's goalie for a long time. And Jim Montgomery, who I think is the coach of the Dallas Stars, or was the coach of the Dallas Stars. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Right now, he's an assistant coach for the St. Louis Blues. So, yeah. Otherwise, an uneventful season for the Sharks, just them rising up and trying to get better and better every season. And, looking back on it, it's a shame because you just mentioned before about 2016. It's a shame that the Sharks never won a cup.
It really is. And I don't know if they're getting back in the playoff picture, like at least for a run that deep anytime soon.
Right. And I wanted to, I know we're a bit scatterbrained. We're just kind of running all over the place here on Patchman Hockey, but is Marlowe retired now? I should know this, but he last played last season, but I'm not seeing if he's a free agent. Wow. Yeah, okay. He hasn't officially retired. He's a free
Unrestricted
agent.
free agent. Yep.
Unbelievable.
Interesting. Maybe he's trying to get picked up and get that cup run.
Oh, yeah. So I think you mentioned the record 40 wins. They had 27 losses, 12 ties, going back to the ties, and then 3 overtime losses. And head coach was Daryl Sutter, who actually, John, is the head coach of the Calgary Flames right now. Going back to the Flames.
Everything goes back to Calgary.
That's funny.
And look at what you said before with the offensive production, 217 goals Dallas had 241 and the Kings one spot behind them, 252. Only the Coyotes and the Ducks had less. So
what else? Do you have anything else regarding? Not a lot here. Kind of uneventful.
About the season, one season, Columbus and Minnesota were the 2 new expansion teams this year.
Yes. Yeah.
With the refs, now 4 officials became mandatory. So you got the 2 linemen and then the 2 referees. So that was something that just started this year. I think I was reading they did a pilot the year before and it worked out. And they're like, all right, let's get 4 on the ice. So,
wow.
What else? 2001
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That was this season. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, you forget it was 3 refs.
Totally. Well, yeah.
You know what I mean.
Well, I was just gonna say, as a kid, I would think, it's 3 referees. I didn't really know what the fuck the difference was.
Yeah, why's that guy's got orange armbands on. I don't even think they had them back then. What else? 2001 All-Star Game. Cool patch for that game.
Oh, we'll have to talk about that.
Yep. And apparently, so Detroit wore a patch this year for the 75th anniversary. And then we probably got an inaugural patch for the Blue Jackets. Inaugural
in Minnesota
for the Wild, yeah. And then Chicago then was probably 75 too. So this is probably the same season. Because I think Detroit and Chicago.
Well, it would be the Rangers. I think Boston. The original 6, I think, would all be.
Yeah.
At the same time. That's all right. We have a lot to work with here.
So a lot going on this year. All right. So, did you only play NHL like 2001, like the NHL EA games, or did you also play like the face-off games? Because I had both. I had NHL face-off, and I had N- EA's NHL series. So I would play the EA NHL stuff on the computer, but I would play face-off on my PlayStation. So
So
I forgot there
I
was two franchises.
there's actually more than that too. There's so I didn't have PlayStation. I was a Nintendo guy. So we had for going I guess the first game I ever played that blew my mind was NHL 96. Everyone loves to talk about NHL 94. And yeah, I played it, but NHL 96 was like the game I had. And like when you turned it on, the 2 Unlimited song, "Are you ready for this?" Boo doo 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 doo. Right? That's and I just think of that game, and it was Scott Stevens and Steve Eiserman on the cover. But no, I also had NHL Breakaway '98
Oh,
for
is that with
Nintendo
Roenick on the
64.
cover? Or Keith
Kachuk,
Kachuk? Yeah.
Keith Kachuk, yep, in the Yost jersey. I had that game, and I also had when GameCube came out, or actually PlayStation 2,
Dude, you were
NHL
such a huge Nintendo guy.
2K, the 2K games. Yeah, I was a huge Nintendo guy. And actually, I remember being so fucking pissed off when I was 11 years old because for whatever reason, EA Sports did not make NHL 2000 for N64.
Oh,
So
really?
that was the first game I had on PC. So I would play it
Huh.
on my dad's AST. They're not even around the laptop, and I'm checking out the intro video and getting me hyped up. But it was so weird because like I had to play. You're playing with the keyboard. I didn't have a controller. I didn't
Oh,
even know
me
how the
neither.
fuck
I would
I
I would play
play.
with I would play with the mouse too, man. I had no controller.
Yeah.
I would do it, and thinking back now, I'm like, the fuck was I doing? I was too consumed in like instant replays and stuff. I would just like zoom around like the arena, like, all right, what's over here?
Oh man, me too. I would look at the banners and like, oh wow, I would just like look at retired numbers. That's so
Nowadays,
funny,
I'm
man.
like, I don't have the time for that shit. Plus, nowadays they don't put that stuff in games anymore. Like, like the small Easter eggs, and
Yeah.
like you could look at like, I don't know, the sticks maybe.
Uh, I think it was right around this time where they were putting players' faces on. You could start seeing the players themselves and different characteristics. And yeah, that's a great question, dude. Breakaway was fun, and you also had Wayne Gretzky's hockey.
Oh,
He
that
had
was a fun one. Yeah, for 64.
yeah, that that was another fun one. Yeah, the market was just wide open. Hockey was really getting popular in the '90s.
Hockey was like rollerblading and wrestling. Like the trajectory, it was like through the roof. Everyone like had like a hand on the pulse of like the league. Like it's not really like that anymore. It's bad right now. It's like everyone's on basketball and football. But
Yeah.
in the 90s, way different. You had the what was it called? The like the professional roller hockey league in California on
Oh, Pro
ESPN2 at
Beach
like,
Hockey.
yeah, Pro Beach Hockey at like 8:30 a.m. on ESPN2.
Yeah, that was man. Just thinking about it, our childhood. It's like you had NHL Tonight on ESPN2. This every just a hockey recap show for a half hour with Steve Levy and Barry Melrose, John Butchergross, and then in the middle of the night they have or if like 2 in the afternoon, Pro Beach Hockey in California, where like the ends were curved up,
Like a
right? It
ramp,
was
yeah.
yeah, it was like a ramp, and like they're playing in shorts and shin pads, and that's what you did. Like we did that. We played hockey before, like we had pants, like roller hockey pants, or in the
Oh
hot
yeah.
summer days. Yeah, that that was funny. Yeah, hockey was really, and then plus the Mighty Ducks movies. Like, that was Paul Correa's line.
Oh yeah.
It's huge.
That was big. Hey, it was so big they Disney bought the franchise. He
Yeah.
started the team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what a
I,
time to be alive back then. Now you don't have any other NHL games. I just think it's EA and that's it. 2K folded. And that was,
yeah,
that was a good run. And the other ones aren't even they didn't last more than a few seasons.
yeah, and like it's just the same game that comes out every year, pretty much. Like, what else can they do?
Right, right.
Like we were talking about this. I don't know, maybe play it on like the Oculus. That would be cool. Like
That would be
the VR, because they have boxing. Like I was telling you, they have boxing. They have like Call of Duty or Medal of Honor, but playing hockey
that I'm sure
would be
that's
interesting.
coming. That's on its way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a whole man that what a great question, dude. Because now oh, by the way, do you remember when I when we first moved to this apartment, my wife and I, and once we got settled, and you came over, I think she was working one day, but you came over early, and I had Super Nintendo out. We were playing NHL '96,
Oh yeah.
right on the
Oh,
big
you
screen,
get ready for this.
right? But I had to like blow on the cartridge just
And
to get it to work.
that's another thing. Like you have these like I got like a 55-inch TV, which like isn't even that big nowadays. I hooked my PlayStation up to it, like my old PlayStation, and the graphics were terrible.
Yeah,
And so I'm like, all right, like I looked it up, and apparently, if you're like LCDs and LED screens, that it just doesn't look right. You need a CRT monitor, um, like a
yeah.
tube TV. And I'm like, okay, like how much can like a 20-inch like TV be? They're expensive because no one makes them
Still?
anymore. Yeah, because you
Oh wait,
can't find them.
a tube like an old TV, old style.
Yeah, like the tube with the
Oh wow, like a
yeah, like
set.
the big ones. Yeah, the set. TV set, yeah, the set.
TV the set.
Because people are buying them up because all the retro gamers they want to play the games on the CRTs. So
Hmm.
driving the price up, and no one makes them anyway. So
Do you have? I've been meaning to ask you this. I know you don't have a computer like a personal. You just use your work computer. Do you play
hey,
games
you
on
gotta
it?
edit that out. No, I don't. I can't download anything to it.
Okay. All right.
I'm playing Newgrounds and Lifesavers Candyland games.
I've been thinking about buying a controller, like a USB controller for my computer. You know what? Like
Just buy an
so
Xbox controller.
oh, that'll work?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if
If
my
you,
PS4 controller will work.
it probably would, but with the Xbox controller, if you buy Game Pass for like $20 a month, you can play cloud gaming on your computer, and you have like the whole Xbox library.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That is so cool. Nintendo doesn't do that, do they?
I don't know, probably not.
I kind of want to switch, but I want like a newer version of it, and the new version just doesn't seem like it has like enough power to it. Like they improved the screen; it's like an OLED,
Yeah,
but it's still like not what people were expecting.
yeah, I'm with you, man. Like I would, if I were you, I would get a controller, and you already have pretty much like a gaming PC. Because that's like my next step. Like I got now I got the monitor. Like I bought a keyboard, got my mouse, and now I got a dock, so now I could just I get another laptop, just stick it in the dock, and I'm good to go.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's well, I'll tell you what, it's when I edit these shows in the video, man, sometimes I'm gonna bring this bitch down in flames because it is a lot of power.
Your apartment complex is gonna be lit up because of Patchman hockey. So
Oh, Yeah, speaking of like computing power, so I remember when I was playing NHL 2000 on my dad's laptop, and I remember how hot that thing would get. Like, and the fan,
Oh, on
like
the
it would just
laptop,
on
yeah.
the laptop. Because the other computer, the family computer, like didn't have enough power. Like it was old. It was older at that
Yeah.
point. So, and my dad had
My
a
Hewlett Packard.
so it worked on NHL 2000 worked on his laptop, but it just I remember it getting so hot, like by the touchpad and the keys. I'm like, oh my god, shit. Oh, too funny, man. But anyway, all right, cool. So
Yeah.
now it's time. It's that part of the show now where we're gonna give it a patch score. So here it is for the home one. Put it on camera one more time.
Yep.
And so you go ahead. You go first.
I'm gonna give this one an 8. I really like it. I know, they're kind of stuck with the Sharks colors, but I love the Sharks colors. So it looks great. They did a home and away. It's really simple. It's like it's modern for the time, and it looks great in the jersey. So can't complain.
I'm with you, dude. I'm going to agree with you 100% at an 8. I think, like you said, I just completely agree with everything you said. I know. Let me ask you this. We'll do this live on the air. So the colors, when we first started coming up with ideas for the show, and we like the Minnesota North Stars colors the most, right? The green and the black and the gold. I wonder if should we go teal?
Ooh.
Should we do Patchman Hockey San Jose Shark colors or
Put the renderings up. Get it done.
concepts?
I want to see storyboards by 2:00 tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, so
I think it's a good idea.
right, maybe we'll go in a new direction or to just shake it up a little bit. Now that we have a graphic designer coming soon,
Entertainer.
I told him. I said I'll pay for it. So
That last logo. No, before I just want to get this. That last logo with the microphone that he sent, or like 2 logos that he sent over. I
Yeah.
looked a lot of podcasts do that, so I think we shouldn't do that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, they
okay.
use like the same exact one. It was crazy. I was like, oh man.
So
I digress.
So what do you think? Do you think we should keep like the PMH, like the puck logo, just make it embroidered? Simple.
I don't know, because I think we need like cover art for when you're like flipping through looking for podcasts. And if it just says PMH, people aren't going to know what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that could be like secondary logo.
So, okay. Right. Okay. So, all right. So, for everybody listening, so John and I have had conversations back and forth. We're trying to get a new logo. We're coming up with different ideas. I'm one of the guys that I do work for. Well, I don't really do direct work for. He's more of a colleague. I asked him to come up with some ideas, and so that's in the works. And we also are working on a website, almost like a patch directory. We have a lot of new ideas coming up. And actually, John, you made a good point to me earlier last week. It was when you said maybe we should take an existing patch and just make it our logo. Like you said, goals for kids, and then I was looking at some of the patches I had, and we could totally there's a lot of ideas we could do.
Yeah. like for example, like the goals for kids one. Instead of Winnipeg Jets, have it the PMH, the puck, and then have it say like patch, then men hockey.
Yeah.
Something like that. What
That's
else did you
simple.
say? What other ones? Don't say that Oilers patch though.
What else did I say? So hold on 1 second. I'm gonna pull it off the wall. Not this wall behind me. It's not this one. But this wall in front of me. Oh, let's see. So this is a patch we're gonna cover, but we haven't talked about it yet. But John, the 100-year anniversary Stanley Cup logo. It said Patchman Hockey at the bottom of this, like going around.
Oh, that's a good one.
And then the PMH on the player holding the cup. I don't know, man.
You're gonna have to edit that out because that's such a good idea. I don't want anyone to steal it. So
I could edit it out, yeah, for sure.
no,
Maybe I'll send this over to him. I don't know, man. What do you think? You tell me.
I think that's a great idea.
Because then people will really know what it's about. It's about hockey. Yeah.
Yeah. It's about patches.
Maybe.
About men.
It's about men who play hockey. Real men.
Yeah.
We drink beer. What? All right. So yeah, that's coming up. So yeah, we're just having a lot of fun brainstorming. All right. So patch score, it's an 8. Yep. It's a nice score. What else you got?
What else I got? That's really it.
Okay.
Devils in 01 had a pretty stacked team.
Oh yeah, they did.
I was like clicking around. I'm like, oh my God.
They should have won the cup. They were 1 win away from repeating that year.
Colorado.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Ray Bourque won his Stanley Cup, so that was the cool thing that happened. Storybook ending for the 2000-2001 NHL season.
Well, otherwise, I think we're good.
Yeah. All right, man. Yeah, send us home, baby.
All right. We're the Patchmen. I'm John. That's Jimmy. Thanks for checking us out. Slam that like button. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. We're putting out stuff daily. And like Jimmy said before, we're working on a new website that we think you guys would love. So stay tuned.
Yes. Yes. More great patches and stories on the way.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.